Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitching with Laura. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody is having a great Wednesday. Yay, we finally made it to the middle of the week. And my Friday, yay. Oh, so happy. I'm over this week. It has been busier than busy. We'll get into that in a minute. Today we're going to be stitching on this great big huge pre-stamped cross stitch. I call it Waterfalls, and it is 168 by 72 centimeters, and I got this from my friend Ava. It is beautiful. I love it. Just absolutely love it. So we're up here in this corner. Let me get everything out from underneath me. Trying not to unroll it too much, but enough so you guys can see what is going on. Yeah, we're going to be working on those blue squares. Number 43, and it is 3770 is the number. It's kind of a cream color, pale cream color. So, yeah, what is everybody else up to? Because everybody else has got to have a lot more interesting life than mine. Because, man, yesterday I thought was never, ever going to end. I did not get out of there until, good Lord, till almost 10:30. It was so bad. I had people still coming in at 10 o'clock. So, and we close. We're supposed to close at 10 o'clock. Yeah. It was like, holy cow. But I finally got out of there and went home and just about collapsed. And it rained from about, we'll call it somewhere between 6 and 7 up to, it was still, what do you call it, sprinkling when I left, just a little bit. The pavement was still wet, so you know that it had been raining quite recently. So yeah, it was a mess. And today is order day, so heaven knows what will happen today. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I was glad to get out of there. And I came home and I fixed one of my Stouffer's spinach souffle. It seems to be the flavor of the month because I've had about 4 of them in less than 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. I don't know. I just like them. So I fixed that, and I thought, oh, well, that's not going to be enough, because I usually eat like half of it, because by itself, it's a little, plain, if you will. So I had bought, we have, you can get boxes of things like if you were going to have a party, let's say, they have little quiches about like that size, so I'll buy a box of them. Or they also have, I don't know if I'm saying it right, I'm sure I'm not, but I call them Spanakopediya. Yeah, Spanakopediya. It's a Greek thing. It sounds better in my head. But they're little things made with, they're little triangles of like phyllo dough, and inside of them, they're, just made up, so you have to bake them. Inside of them, it has spinach and feta cheese. Love them. Yeah, I was starving. So they're about that big at the most. Like I said, just basically bite size. They're kind of flaky, but they're good. So I had that. Do you think I had enough spinach last night? Yeah. So I had, I think 5 of them, and I only ate like about maybe a third of that spinach souffle with that, and I was totally full. I didn't mean to eat quite that much food at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, but, you know, it is what it is. We ate it. It was yummy. And then I put you can fix just like however many you want. I think there comes like, I'll say about 30 in a box of those. So I just put them on a cookie sheet and toss them in the oven for 15 minutes and they're done. But they are so good. Love them. So I still have spinach souffle I can eat tonight and get through that. It was really good. It just needed something else to cut it with, and cutting it with more spinach just didn't help, but it was yummy. So I'll finish that up tonight. But they're sure good. So I kind of alternate, 1 month I'll get the Spanakopea, if I could just say it. And then another month I'll have the quiche. And it comes with, it's like maybe 25, 30 of those quiches. And half of them are spinach Florentine. Love. And the other half is just like regular quiche, and it has bacon and cheese in it. They're good little things. You can just heat up as many as you want and go for it. So sometimes they have them on sale. They're like $5.99 for a box, but otherwise they're like $8 or $9 a box. Oh my goodness. And when I was at work, I smacked my head trying to pick up some dirt off the floor with the dustpan and the broom. I didn't know I was that close to the corner of the counter. So by the time I got home, I had a headache. Yeah, it was great. Yesterday was my let's see if we can run into everything day. I stubbed my toe 3 or 4 times, smacked my head. It was great. I don't know, sometimes I think I get in too much of a hurry and everything happens, so we're doing good. So today, my head doesn't hurt. I took 2 ibuprofen and laid down probably about 12:30, and that was about all I could handle. Couldn't handle it anymore. And it already stopped raining. Boo! No rain to sleep by. I'm gonna bring that out just a bit. It gets blurry if it gets too close. It's like, what are you doing? And heaven forbid you move the thread. I'm trying to work my way up over here to this long line so I don't have to keep going back and forth. But it stitches up nicely. It has a nice serged edge. It's great. And I just hold it and keep on moving. What are we doing here? Except I can't seem to stitch right. This is so pretty. It'll be a hot moment before I get this done. It's just absolutely beautiful. Just beautiful. Thank you, Ava. Love it. I think I'm going to have to get another piece. It's kind of windy out there today. It's supposed to be 76, but it might be kind of hard pressed to get there. I'm using my little stork scissors. I got those at Walmart for $5. I think they're pretty. Then they're pretty sharp. They have a nice point on them. They're just heavy. I don't use them on where I sit and stitch. I just leave them over here on this table and go from there. Because they work really well. I have my good Ginger scissors over by where I sit and stitch at night. I didn't stitch on anything last night. It just was not happening. It was like too much for my brain to handle. I'd already been through enough trauma for one day. Well, not trauma, but overused my brain, shall we say. Good Lord, at the end I couldn't hardly count money back. It was sad, but true. It's a real light color against that white. I'm glad the, what do you call it? The symbol is dark blue, so I can at least see where I'm stitching. I'm not much for stitching white on white. Have you done any white on white? Anybody? I'm sure somebody's talented enough. It's kind of like stitching black on black. I have I think her name is Yvette, and I can't remember the last name, but I think she's made books on white stuff. Gorgeous stuff. Not up my alley. I just couldn't even get there. I don't want to know any specialty stitches. I'm having enough problem just stitching X's. And for me, it doesn't get tiresome. At least I know where I'm going, what I'm doing. You know, I don't have to worry about it. Like I said, I can do an Algerian eye, or eyelet, or whatever you call it. But that's about as much as she wrote on that. I was watching this one lady, and I have no idea whose site it was. They were doing, what is that stuff called? You know, I guess it's called the eyelet stitch. I mean, it looks simple enough, but and she was doing it, I believe, on Aida, but it might not have been Aida. I don't remember. But yeah, she was doing a good job of it. That didn't look too difficult. You know, I think it's just kind of a more glorified Algerian eye or eyelet. Algerian eye. You know, it has more threads to it, but it's really pretty, but I wouldn't want to have to do a whole alphabet like that. Holy cow, can you just imagine? Nope. Nope. Yeah, I'll only go so far to that edge, and then, no, not jumping. I don't know if my brain just can't handle it or what, but it's too much to think about. See, I have no desire to do those other stitches. And I keep watching, what is it? I want to say it's Victoria Rose that does, you know, little tutorial, maybe, videos. You know, they're maybe 5-10 minutes long, depending on what they're doing, but they're showing how to do different stitches and stuff. I get sucked into that, but it still doesn't make me want to jump off the cliff. No. So, saw that Nicola had a new pattern out. It's kind of pretty. Don't know that I want to do that right now, but, and I can't remember if it was not regular, just cross stitch, or if it had anything. I don't know, I feel like I'm in a fog this week. I just watched it, and it was really pretty, you know. It's only got about 12 or 15 colors. Just, yeah. Okay, maybe later. But I think this one that just came out is booklet form, not PDF. So It'll be a moment. And I don't order booklets from Hands Across the Sea website. I mean, at the rate I'm going, they'd probably get it here faster than 123 Stitch. So, some days, because I don't know, things happen with them, and they're only a state over from me, and it still takes a while. And I know they're busy, so it wasn't anything I was going to put on my hit parade. And I watched Jakob from Modern Folk Embroidery. He has his dark stitches out. They're all Halloween-based stitches. So, yeah, don't know. I like the owl, but that was about all I liked. The rest of it is like, no. Because you know me, I'm not that into... I can't believe we're getting ready to talk about Halloween already again. Let alone Christmas. Holy cow. No. Didn't we just do this? So, I don't know. So we'll just have to wait and see. Come out of there. So I had to go and look at all those. And like I said, I don't do a lot of Halloween stitching. In fact, I don't even count my Blackbird Midnight Watch as a Halloween, but I guess it is, but it doesn't seem that way. I just like the cat and the moon and blah, blah, blah. Like the whole pattern. What can I say? God, been in and out of the wet and the rain. Yesterday, Crazy Molly was just standing right out on the porch. Now, there's a great big tree, so it cuts down on most of the... Like, if you stepped out, you wouldn't get too wet, And I wasn't going to stitch outside today because the porch... I have a rug on the porch that somebody... Excuse me. It's a piece of carpet that somebody tacked down onto the porch. So it's soaking wet. So there was no way we were going to do an outside video today. Maybe another day. So, yeah. It was at least nice weather, but like I said, it was a little windy, but hopefully things will dry out soon. I need it to be kind of dry. But I didn't want to take any chances of stitching on the porch with water maybe falling off the tree onto this. I would just have apoplexy. I'm telling you. No, so we don't take it near water, add water. Yeah. Although this did come with a great big huge cheat sheet made out of plastic. You know, that plastic material that some of them are made out of now. I do like the regular, what is that? What is that called? Like book. They come in book form, but it has like a gloss finish, but it's more heavy duty. You know what I'm talking about? I don't have one to show as an example, but I like those booklets better. They're easier to read and do. Now the one I have for this, I got a magnifying glass. I can go look it up if I have to. If I'm in doubt what color to stitch or what that symbol is, I can do that. But other than that, I usually don't mess with them. Every once in a while, though, when you get, like, down in here, you get a bunch of different symbols. Sometimes it's kind of hard to differentiate what you're working with. So, yeah. But that's all I do. I just refer to it because sometimes it might be a little light or something, or look like something else. So I sometimes have to refer to a booklet, but I'm very glad that there is one, you know. But the problem with those booklets is the symbols in the booklet are different from the symbols that are on this. Now, that's the way they used to make it, but as you could see when I ordered that last batch from Everyday eCraft, the symbols were the same on those, you know, that... Crap. Hang on, I'm trying. Where is it? Oh, it's on one piece because it's so big. On this kind of thing, it's the same. These are the same. So I don't know if they just started making those, and some of those other kits that I'd gotten were older, you know. Things change. So, yeah. So I'm happy about that because it makes it so much easier for a beginner, say, you know, that's looking up a symbol to know that, you know, okay, that one is, you know, instead of trying to figure out, okay, if it looked like that in the booklet, but this is the one that's actually on the thing, what color is that really? You know, that used to drive me nuts, especially on the big ones. So I'm glad they've changed that. It works for me. And you could take, unless you have your own, what do you call it? Printer. Now mine, I have no idea what its capabilities are. You know, you could take this pattern. Let me show you how small it is. Just, well, this one, well, it is still kind of small. But you can see how small the little things are. And, like, blow it up, like at the library. Or if you have, like, a Kinko's or something, they could blow it up bigger for you. So, but I like this. It won't bend or crack or break or wear off. I love this. This is great. Yeah. The whole thing is just great. Can you tell I like this project? Oh, this 43 just kind of goes on and on and on. I was just hoping to go up and down, and we'll just turn around right here. And then we'll finish that part and go across. I try to take sections so that it's just, you know, I mean, if it's going to be a while. And that way I can finish them up in the area and move on. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But that way it doesn't give you a line if you're stitching like a long line and then come all the way back. I don't know what it is. I can stitch in one direction and then I stitch back, like if it's facing me, and one line is receded more than the other. I don't know what that is. It just must be the way I stitch. I have no idea. But, yeah. So, usually, I know I'm going across. I'm not doing what I usually do. But there's lots of jumps and skips here. Because it's just kind of here or there at the moment. But I'll usually go like 5 or 6 stitches up and 5, 6 stitches back down. And just keep doing that. Like here, I'll go up this far and get all this done. And then go up this far and get that part all done. And it makes your stitching more consistent. At least it does for me. Now, I'm not saying that that would work for everybody. I have no idea. Because I haven't tested that theory. But somebody I was watching was talking about that on counted cross stitch. And I don't know, I think it was Liz from Country Stitchers, you know, about how, you know, she just goes up a certain distance and comes back down like up 3 or 4 stitches and stitches back in sections, and then it doesn't give you lines or ribs in your counted cross stitch. And these have lots of big areas as well. So, yeah. I guess it would apply to that too. But I didn't work on anything yesterday. I just want to get through this work week and move on to something else. Oh, did I tell you this was an 11 count? I love it. Yeah. This would probably be a little bit smaller if it was 14 count. And I don't know if 14 count was an option on this one. You know. I like stitching on 11 count though. It's just easier for me to see and do, and I don't have to worry about a whole lot of things, you know? Let's get rid of this thread here. We're making some progress, I think. No plans for this weekend. I'm going to try to organize my cross-stitch baskets. That's my big goal for the weekend. Isn't that exciting? But it just needs to be gone through. I still haven't found that book. I haven't looked, you know, since I said that yesterday, so didn't have time. Yesterday before I went to work, because I had so much other stuff I had to go and do. That's probably why I was tired last night. Just running here and running there. Yeah, I wish I could say there was something exciting going on this week. I have no idea how my daughter will feel. I think she wanted to make another trip to Walmart before the 10th, which is my grandson's birthday, so yeah, I'm not sure. We got that section done. Now I really have to get my thread out of there and move it on to some other place this time. I may or may not go to the thrift store tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't done anything with those buttons. They need to be washed just a bit. I don't know. They're kind of dusty. And put them in my big jar. I look every time I go to the thrift store to see if I can find any jars. They don't have a lot of canning jars. I think I passed up one when I was at that same store where I got those. I don't need that. Yeah, right. I should have bought it, but you know, it wasn't old by any means. It was just a ball mason jar. But since I don't can anymore, yeah, we're not doing that. Not at high altitude. Just not a lot. It just doesn't work for me. I had better luck when I was in Kansas and Missouri of canning things because the altitude is lower. Here you gotta adjust everything. It's a nightmare. Yeah. I'm sure people do it. It's just not something that works out for me. I used to can bunches of stuff. We'd had tomatoes and peppers and and zucchini, and I went through a phase, I swear, I had a whole cabinet full of canned goods. I even tried pickles. They turned out okay. Not something I would do again. Pickles are a fine art. Alright guys, well I think that's going to be about it today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell. And that way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We will see you tomorrow. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.